What's up guys, it's Deep over here and today we will see how to give this awesome double exposure effect to your photos in Photoshop. Now if you guys also have any tutorial requests then you can drop them in the comments below. We will surely try to create videos on those as well. Also if you want to keep learning how to create such cool things in Photoshop for free, then make sure you smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. So without wasting any more time of yours, let's get started. So this is the model image to which we will give the double exposure effect. Now if you want to follow along the tutorial, then you already know the drill, links in the description below. So the first step we need to do is get the selection of the model in the image. So for that select quick selection tool. And then using the quick selection tool, you need to select the model as follows. You can increase and decrease the size of the brush using the square bracket keys of your keyboard. So now as you can see, now we have the selection of the model in the image. Now let's suppose that you had selected something extra. Now if you want to deselect that selection, then all you need to do is click on this minus brush icon over here. And then using the brush, you need to hover over that area which you want to deselect. So now as you can see, now we have deselected that selection. Now after that you can again click on that plus brush icon if you want to select something more. But for me, I have already selected everything. Now the next thing we need to do is refine the selection near the edges of the hair. So for that we need to select the option as select and mask. So now as you can see, one pop-up will appear over there. Now over there you need to select the brush as refine edge brush tool. And then you need to select the view as overlay. And then you can set the opacity of that overlay to around 50%. Now using the brush tool, you can hover over the edges of the hairs as follows. You can increase and decrease the size of the brush using the square bracket keys of your keyboard over here as well. So now as you can see, now we have the proper selection of the hair. Now after that you can also set the value of the smoothness slider to around 20. So let me just do that. After that you can click on OK. So once your selection is ready, now after that you need to click on add layer mask icon, which will only keep the areas which is inside of the selection and then hide the rest of the image. So as you can see, only the model in the image is now visible. Now after that we need to convert this layer into a smart object so that later on we can edit it non-destructively. So for that, right click on the layer and then select the option as convert to smart object. So now as you can see, now after converting your layer into a smart object, your layer icon will look something like this. Now after that we need to fill this image with that of a nice background color. So for that, click on create new fill or adjustment layer icon and then select the option as solid color. And then you can select any random gray color at the moment, which we will be changing in the later part of this video. And then you can click on OK. Now we need to place this color fill layer below our model layer. So let me just do that. So now as you can see, now our image is looking somewhat like this. Now the next thing we need to do is crop our image. So for that we need to bring up the crop tool. So for that you can press the C key of your keyboard. And then we need to crop this image from the sideways as follows. And then we need to keep the similar distance on the other side as well. So once you are satisfied with the width of the image, after that you can click on the stick icon in order to crop the image. So now as you can see, now we have removed all the extra space from the image. Now the next thing we need to do is add some contrast on the model image over here. So for that, make the model layer active by clicking on it. Now in order to add some contrast, go to image and then adjustment and then select the option as levels. Now in the pop-up you need to set the value of the shadow input slider to somewhat around 13. You can keep the value of the midtone as it is and then set the value of the highlight to somewhat around 230. Now let me just show you the before and after of what we just did. So this was the before and now this is the after. So as you can see, now we have increased the contrast in the image. Now after that you can click on OK. Now the next thing we need to do is convert this model image into a black and white image. So for that, again go to image and then adjustment and then select the option as black and white. And then you can keep the values of the sliders as it is and then you can click on OK. So now as you can see, now our model image is ready. Now the next thing we need to do is bring in the second image for our double exposure effect. So for that, go to File and then select the option as Place Embedded. Now in the pop-up, you can select the second image which you will like for the double exposure. Download link for the image I'm choosing is in the description below, and then select the option as Place. Now in order to place this second image properly over the first image, let's reduce the opacity of this layer to somewhat around 75% at the moment. So let me just do that. So now as you can see, now we can see the model image. Now after that, we need to scale this second image such that it fits the whole model. So let me just do that. Also, you can place this second image at the location you want to place it. So let me just do that. So now for me, this place is looking proper. Now after that, I want to flip this second image. So for that, right click inside of the image and then select the option as Flip Horizontal. So once your second image looks proper, after that you can click on the stick icon in order to place it. So once the second image has been placed properly, we can now again increase the opacity of the layer back to 100%. So let me just do that. Now the next thing we need to do is keep this second image only on the areas of the model image and then hide it from the rest of the areas. So for that, we need to get the selection of the model image. So for that, press Ctrl or Command on Mac and then click on the icon of the model image layer, which will give you the selection of that particular layer. So once you have the selection, you need to make sure that your second image layer is active by clicking on it. And then you need to click on Add Layer Mask icon, which will keep the only areas which is inside of the selection and then hide the rest of the image. So now as you can see, now our image is looking somewhat like this. Now after that, we need to create a duplicate of this model image layer. So for that, make that layer active by clicking on it. And then press Ctrl or Command on Mac plus J in order to create a duplicate of that particular layer. And then we need to drag that duplicate layer at the top. So let me just do that. So once you have placed that layer at the top, you can hide the original layer by clicking on the eye icon. And then again go back to top and then make the duplicate layer active by clicking on it. Now I still feel that we still need to increase the darkness of the model image over here. So for that, all you need to do is double click on this levels icon. And then you can click on OK, which will again give you that levels pop up back. Now over here, you need to set the values of the shadows to somewhat around 43. Values of the midtone to somewhat around 0.81. And then set the values of the highlights to somewhat around 243. After that, you can click on OK. Now let me just show you the before and after of what we just did. So this was the before and now this is the after. So as you can see, we have increased the darkness in the model image. Now after that, we need to add some bluish tone into this image since our second image contains a bluish tone. So for that, again go to Image and then Adjustments and then select the option as Hue and Saturation. Now over there, you need to make sure that you click on this Colorize checkbox. And then you need to set the values of the hue to somewhat around 175, value of the saturation as 5, and then you can keep the value of the lightness to 0. Now let me just show you the before and after of what we just did. So this was the before and now this is the after. So as you can see, it adds a nice kind of bluish tone into this image. After that, you can click on OK. So once you are done with the settings on this image, after that, you need to set the blend mode of this layer to screen. So let me just do that. So now as you can see, after changing the blend mode of that layer to screen, your image should look somewhat like this. Now after that, we need to expand the clouds on the second image beyond the model image over here. So for that, we need to go at the bottom and then make the mask of the second image layer active by clicking on it. So once the mask of the second image layer is active, now after that, we need to select Brush tool and then click on the toggle brush panel icon over here, and then you need to go to the brushes section in the pop-up. Now in the brushes section, you need to select any smoke brush of your choice. Download link for the smoke brush I am choosing is in the description below, and then again go to the brush settings option, and then you need to select this shape dynamics option. And then you need to set the value of the size jitter to somewhat around 20% and then set the value of the angle jitter to somewhat around 100%. After that you can close this pop-up, and then you need to make sure that the opacity and the flow of the brush is set to 100%, and then you need to click on the foreground color and then set the color as white, and then you can click on OK. And then using the brush tool, you need to hover over the areas of the cloud which you need to bring it back. You can increase and decrease the size of the brush using the square bracket keys of your keyboard. Also, if you again want to hide some portions of the image, then all you need to do is change the foreground color to black color. And then you can click on OK. And then using the brush tool, you can hover over the areas which you want to hide again. So like this way you can keep on swapping the foreground color as black and white and try to create the best effect over here as possible. So let me just do that. So now as you can see, now it is looking proper. Now the next thing we need to do is add one more mask onto this second image layer. But as you can see, we already have a mask present over here. So for that, what we will do is create a group and then place this image inside of that group, and then add that mask onto the group itself. So for that we need to just press Ctrl or Command on Mac plus G, which will create a group and then place this image inside of that group. So as you can see, now that group has been created and that image has been placed inside of that group itself. After that we need to add a mask onto this group. So for that, click on Add Layer Mask icon. Now using this group mask, we will remove the left portion of the head over here which just contains the sky itself. So for that we need to select the brush tool, and then you can click on the drop down over here and then select the brush as hard round, and then you need to set the foreground color as black, and then using the brush tool you can hover over the areas which you want to remove. So let me just do that. So now as you can see, now it is looking much better. Now we need to do the same thing for the model image over here as well. So for that, go at the top and then make the model image layer active by clicking on it. And then we need to add a layer mask over there as well. So for that, click on Add Layer Mask icon. And then using the same brush tool, you can hover over the areas which you want to remove. So let me just do that. So now as you can see, now it is looking much better. Now the next thing we need to do is highlight some portions of the model image more. So for that we need to go at the bottom and then make the group layer active by clicking on it. And then we need to create a new layer inside of the group. So for that, click on Create New Layer icon. So as you can see, a new layer has been created inside of the group. Now the next thing we need to do is select the brush tool and then select the brush as soft round. And then you need to set the opacity of the brush to 100% and then set the flow of the brush to 50%. And then using the brush tool, you need to hover over the areas which you want to highlight more. So I wanted to highlight the eye portions of the model over here. So let me just do that. So now as you can see, now we have highlighted the areas of the model image. Now the next thing we need to do is change the color of the background in order to match it more with the model image over here. So for that, go at the bottom and then double click on the icon of the color fill layer, which will again give you that pop-up. And then you can set the color according to the tone of the image set over here. So let me just do that. So once the color looks more proper, after that you can click on OK. So now as you can see, now our double exposure effect is ready. Now the next thing which we can do is just as a touch up is that add some more clouds on the left portion of the image over here as well in order to make it look more better. So for that, make the second image layer active by clicking on it and then select lasso tool. And then using the lasso tool, you need to make the selection of the clouds in the image over here. So let me just do that. And then you need to press Ctrl or Command on Mac plus J, which will create a duplicate of the image which is inside of the selection. So now as you can see, now we have created the duplicate of that selection over here. Now we need to place this layer at the top. So let me just do that. So once you have placed this layer at the top, after that select Move tool. And then using Move tool, you can place it at the left portion of the image. Also, you can rotate the image little bit as well. So for that, press Ctrl or Command on Mac plus T, and then you can rotate it as follows. So once it looks proper, after that you can click on the stick icon in order to place it. So now as you can see, it is not at all looking realistic at the moment. So for that you need to click on add layer mask icon. And then we need to invert this layer mask. So for that press Ctrl or Command on Mac plus I. And then we need to select brush tool. And then we need to click on the toggle brush panel icon. And then go to the brushes section. And then select the same smoke brush. And then again go to the brush settings option. And then select the shape dynamics option. Now over here as well you can set the settings as previous. So let me just do that. After that you can close this pop-up. And then using the brush tool, you need to hover over the areas which you want to bring it back. So let me just do that. Also, if you want to hide something, then you can just change the foreground color to black and then hover over the areas which you want to hide. So like this way you can take your own time and then try to create the best cloud according to your image. So now as you can see, now our image is looking much better. So yeah, that's it guys, that's the final image. I hope you guys like this video on how to give this double exposure effect to your photos in Photoshop. Now if you guys like this video, then give us a thumbs up. It helps us in deciding what kinds of topic you want to watch more. Also you can share it to the ones who might be interested in such videos. And subscribe to the channel for more videos in Photoshop. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.